Did you know that expectant mothers in Finland receive a maternity starter kit from the government? This has been a tradition since 1938. Finland's maternity program was introduced to lower the infant mortality rate. To receive the kit, an expectant mother in Finland must visit a doctor or prenatal clinic in the first few months of her pregnancy. Before the baby is due, a cardboard box full of useful items is delivered to the mother's home. The box itself doubles as a crib. It comes with a small mattress as well as sheets and a sleeping bag. Some contents in the box have changed over the years. Originally, mothers were given fabric to sew their own baby clothes. Today, onesies, pajamas, and even a snowsuit are included. Recently, bottles were removed from the boxes in order to encourage breastfeeding. A storybook was added to encourage reading. Mothers can opt out of the program and receive cash instead of the box. However, 95% of Finnish mothers choose the starter kit. A single beehive houses one queen bee, hundreds of male drone bees, and thousands of female worker bees. The male bees exist for the sole purpose of mating with the queen. The female worker bees serve the queen by doing various duties, including cleaning, feeding, guarding, and foraging. Keeping the hive neat and tidy is one of the most important jobs of the worker bees. The queen bee checks their work and makes them clean a cell again and again if it's not immaculate. Not only must they keep the hive clean, they must keep the queen perfectly groomed. The workers clean dust, hair, and other debris off the queen. Bees that die inside the hive are quickly dropped outside the hive. Undertaker bees later move the dried-up dead bees to a remote location to prevent pests from becoming attracted to the hive. Some worker bees patch up cracks to prevent air or intruders from getting in. If something large enters the hive that can't be removed, worker bees coat it in a material called propolis. This entombs the intruder and prevents it from decomposing and spreading disease.
Doctors know a lot about prescribing medications. Take 2 brisk walks and call me in the morning. But for many patients, a light get-moving plan might be just what the doctor should have ordered. Many of us aren't exactly in peak physical condition. But a large number of people are actually deconditioned. So says the Mayo Clinic's Michael Joyner in an essay in the Journal of Physiology. After surgery, illness, pregnancy or extended inactivity for any reason, people might feel faint or fatigued when they try even mild exercise. These signs, Joyner argues, should be recognized by doctors not as symptoms that should be treated with drugs, but rather as a medical state of deconditioning that might be better helped with a gentle, guided exercise program. It might sound counterintuitive that fatigue can be beat back with exercise. But remember Newton, Isaac, not Fig. A body at rest stays at rest. And a body in motion needs to resist external forces acting upon it that might slow it down.
The word hormone is derived from a Greek verb that means to excite. Hormones are found in all multicellular organisms and function to coordinate the parts of the organism. A hormone is a chemical signal. It is produced by one part of the body and is then transported to other parts of the body where it triggers responses in cells and tissues. The concept of chemical messengers in plants first emerged from a series of classic experiments on how plant stands respond to light. Think about this: a houseplant on the windowsill grows toward light. If you rotate the plant, it will soon reorient its growth until its leaves again face the window. The growth of a plant toward light is called phototropism. In a forest or other natural ecosystem where plants may be crowded,
How much the Earth's climate will change in the future depends, among other things, on how quickly and to what extent the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere increases. If we take no action to limit future greenhouse gas emissions, it is estimated that there will be a rise in temperature of 0.2 to 0.3 degrees Celsius every 10 years. This is a far greater rate of warming than anything that has occurred over the past 10,000 years. One set of predictions claims that some regions of the world will warm more quickly than others, and rainfall will also increase in some areas and decrease in others. These changes will affect the sea level, which could rise by 50 centimetres over the next century. All this will affect humans through the effects it has on water resources.
Surfing has been a central part of Hawaiian culture for hundreds of years. But surfing wasn't just a pastime for the Hawaiians in ancient times. It served as a kind of training exercise, meant to keep chiefs in top physical condition. Chiefs demonstrated their mastery by their skill in the surf, and commoners gained popularity by the way they handled themselves in the ocean. As well as this, surfing served as a system for conflict resolution. Young males would test their surfing skills in fierce competitions, during which wealth, pride, and even romance
There are many occupational hazards in space travel, but Russian researchers have discovered a new one: meaner bacteria. Scientists launched colonies of bacilli and E. coli into space, and found they undergo significant changes. And not good ones either. The bacteria became much more aggressive, and started to eat spaceship components.
Feed me!
That's because they began to produce unusual enzymes, probably because of exposure to cosmic radiation and the lack of gravitation. The study on board the Mir and Photon 2 spaceships found that the changes occur even during short flights of 10 to 14 days. The bacteria change size and shape, and their DNA changes too. Some genes that are dormant on Earth switch on, producing the enzymes. The researchers think that it's also likely that the mutant bacteria could pose greater threats to astronauts, who already suffer from immune system problems in space. But there's one piece of good news. When the bacteria return to Earth, the aggressive traits vanish.
The best student has an opportunity to acquire a scholarship. My technique is to understand the sentence while writing the first letter of each word.